Hey everybody, Dustin Dale's back here at the Funny Bone Comedy Club, 168th and Dodge, Village Point Mall. And this weekend, we've got a guy that I've been looking forward to for a while coming back to Omaha. His name is Josh Wolf. He's been on Chelsea lately. He's been on Last Comic Standing. He's written for a lot of shows. I'm sure you've seen this guy around. He's all over the place, and he's only going to get bigger from here. Please welcome Josh Wolf to Omaha. How you doing, bud?
Hi, good. How are you, man? I like your old style, like your old school 1970s game show microphone.
That's what I do. I told him, give me the longest microphone you have, and that's what they gave
He's
me.
got his little Wink Martindale, and he hold it down here below his waist and be like, how you doing? I like that. It's a good. And it's been a long time since I've done one of those interviews, so
Yeah.
I'll make sure that I wait
You wait.
to talk.
There you go.
Yeah,
Perfect.
yeah,
I
yeah,
like
yeah.
it. I like your style, man.
Mm-hmm.
Now you've been doing TV for a while now, man. Where do you feel like it really started to flow? That gigs started coming in. I know you did an episode of Home Improvement. Is that right? Way back in the
Oh,
day.
yeah. A long time ago. There's so many of us that make a living in Hollywood that nobody knows.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? There's
Yeah.
so many of us. But I would say that probably when people started to recognize me was from Chelsea lately, probably, I would think. Which was amazing, man. It was to get caught up in the wave of that show. Mm-hmm. And I guess I never even realized how big it got until I came out on the road. Mm-hmm. And I was like, oh my Lord, this is insane. And since that time, just been working, man. Been on the road, and now back this video that I've been doing that I put on Facebook about a story about hiring a very large woman to come to my buddy's bachelor party and get naked and beat him up.
Yeah, do tell.
Yeah, it was it's like my favorite practical joke ever. He said he wanted a dancer for his bachelor party. So I said, okay. But that was the only parameter
Oh no.
he gave. So he asked the wrong guy to throw the party. And I told him up front, by the way, in my defense, I told him up front, this is going to be bad for you. Find somebody else. He didn't. So I found a woman on Craigslist in Vegas who was 6 foot, 250 pounds.
Oh,
And her whole deal is that she'll come over to your house, get naked, and beat you up. It was a great night. And so I put that video online, and that has really, it's done Chelsea lately stuff, and then some. The reaction to that video has been amazing, man. It's been crazy.
Yeah, it's blown up on Facebook. I know. I feel like I see it in my thread at least once a week.
I am overwhelmed and humbled. Here's the thing, it took me a long time to have confidence in the fact that people would want to just hear silly stories. I don't really have I don't talk politics. I don't have a real social angle. You know what I mean? I hope nobody comes to my shows to learn anything. It's not that type of show, guys. My show is basically fun. I tell you stories about my life. The last 15 minutes, I play the guitar with some silly songs, and it's a good time. It's just an hour and 15 of straight fun. Mm-hmm. That's what I feel like we get enough of the non-fun stuff other places.
Oh yeah, there's plenty of that to go around.
Yeah,
we need
right?
some good comedy.
Yeah.
And I always like a good musician comedy. Tell me, what do you think you enjoy more as a comic? Coming out with a great joke or a great song?
Oh, okay. Well, I love figuring out a story like a puzzle. Mm-hmm. So, most of my stories are the lowest is like 6 minutes, and then I tell one that's 20 minutes.
Yeah.
I used to tell one that was 42 minutes long.
Jeez.
And it's basically my special. But it was it's one long story. So I love figuring out a story because it's like a math equation. Yeah. You move lines around and you change your tone. But I will tell you, since I started bringing the guitar on the road, it energizes me to get to the end of the act. You know what I mean? Because every comic wants to be a rock star. And I sit on that stool and I just kind of pretend like I'm in my own plugged. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I'm like, what song do you want to hear? Yeah, okay. But everybody, I know 4 songs. So they really, sometimes I'll only play 3 and that's the only variation. But I know 4 songs.
Well, you used to have a show on CMT. Maybe someday you're going to be a musical guest on somebody's talk show.
Well, I will tell you that it is my dream. And Jimmy Fallon, I challenge you to a song off.
Ooh.
Not one of the parodies where you get, Bruce Springsteen to come and sing with you. That's cheating. An original tune. Me versus you, Fallon.
Jimmy, the gauntlet is thrown, man. You better answer.
Yeah, man. Don't be scared.
Don't be scared.
Don't be scared. Yeah, I really like. There's a couple songs I'm trying this weekend that I just cannot wait because they're so stupid.
good. The more stupid, the more I enjoy them. I'll tell you that.
Me too. They're so dumb. Yeah, that's the thing, man. Like, look, I feel like for me, my job is to entertain. Like, some guys are good at teaching and all that and giving out information. I'm not great at that, guys. My forte is silly, and that's what you get. But it's not rated PG.
Not rated PG. Before I take off, I did want to ask you, tell me about your podcast. Update the people on how Prince and the Wolf is going these days.
I do a podcast with Freddie Prinze Jr., which is like my favorite thing. He's such a good dude, and he's so interesting. And depending on what generation you're from, right? So my parents know his dad. Mm-hmm. And his dad was a guy named Freddie Prinze, obviously. But Freddie Prinze, there's no George Lopez, there's no Paul Rodriguez, there's no without Freddie Prinze. Freddie Prinze was the first Latin comic to break through. Carson let him guest host when he was 20, which is bananas. So he's got stories about his dad. He's also had a pretty good career himself, right? He's got all those stories. He married Buffy. He's got all those stories. Plus, he's a gamer. He's a heavy nerd. Big into UFC, big into boxing, like the dude, and he's a parent. He's a best-selling author. He has a cookbook, and you know what I do? Nothing. I don't check any of those boxes. You know what I mean? but it's very interesting. You know, we're the same in so many ways, but the way we got to our places are different. You know, he was his parent his obviously was raised by a single mom because his dad died. He was an only child. My parents are still together. I grew up in a family with 4 boys. So it's weird, like our upbringing, completely different. We have kids, but his kids are really young. Mine are really old, so we're at different ends of the spectrum, you know. I have like a 72-year-old kid. I mean, I'm changing diapers again, you know what I mean?
That's hard to do, man.
For the second time. Yeah, he lapped me. But yeah, so it's a really great podcast, and it's a little bit of everything, but much like me, it's silly. It's got some serious, but there's a lot of silly in there too.
What can we look forward to the next show?
The next podcast?
Yeah.
I have no idea.
No idea. I like it.
We never planned those.
Hey, it works for me. I'll take it.
We didn't plan this interview either.
His name is Josh Wolf. Make sure you come out and check him out this weekend.
That was very Fight Club. His name is Josh Wolf. His name is Josh Wolf. Did you ever see Fight Club?
I did see. Of course, I saw Fight Club. Come on. Come on.
That's an insult. I shouldn't ask you that.
Yeah.
Of course you see Phil. But what was that scene? His name is Josh Wolf. His name is Josh Wolf. Yeah, that's what it is.
I'm with you. We're on the same page.
Okay, and, guys, come to this weekend. The shows are Saturday. If you like a loose show, a little loose, Saturday Late Show is the one to come to. That'll be a little loose. But they're all tickets going fast. It's a good time. Come on out.
What's your Twitter handle?
At Josh Wolf Comedy, at Josh Wolf Comedy Instagram, and then Josh Wolf on Facebook.
Damn. Make sure you come check him out this weekend right here at the Funny Bone Comedy Club, Village Point Mall. Josh, thank you so much, man. I appreciate it.
Oh, let me get you. There you go.
There
All
we
right,
go.
thank you. I appreciate it.
Take care, guys.